Hello, in this video, I'll teach you how to use string methods in JavaScript and explore 20 plus string methods that you should know. Let's begin now. Welcome back. In this video, we are going to look at the available string manipulation methods that you can use in your day-to-day manipulation of JavaScript strings. So let me begin by creating a string which I'll use in this tutorial. So I'll simply create a simple string hello world. That's just a simple string. Then we can just have the console.log since we are going to use this several times. So we simply log the string and we have it appear here on the console. So that's our start. So the first method is concat. So this one joins two strings. Suppose I have two strings, the first and the second. So I need to call this one, these two. So I can simply do this. I can do string1 dot concat. Then I give it an empty space. Then I pass in the string2, and we have hello world. So I'd like to just add some text there to test. You see, now we are joining two strings. So that's one of the methods that you can use to join two strings. So I repurpose this code again on the second one. The second method is charAt. So this should be, it gives us the position of a character in a string. So if I run this method, this should be true. Then let me change this to something slightly JavaScript. Then string1, or we can simply abbreviate it as string dot character at position 4. Suppose we pass 4. Let me close this. We get S, which is at position 4. You remember this in JavaScript is based on 0 index. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you start from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why it gives us S. So the other method is indexOf. So we can simply run the same. This should be the third. Then we change this to indexOf. Then in this indexOf, we add a different thing we get, that is, we want to get like this needs to be commented out. So we want to get the indexOf is. So we'll do string indexOf, then we run 11. So it gives us 11. The same thing we can do lastIndexOf, like we just do it in arrays. So we can do lastIndexOf. So indexOf is gives us 11. So suppose we do this, change that to cool, gives us 14. So we can also run lastIndexOf 4. Then the fifth is slice, which gives us a new string from a pattern. So slice gives us a new string from a specific pattern. So suppose we have our strings again here. Then we would like, let me get rid of this. Then I change this method to slice. So what I wish to slice is I give it the position I want to slice. I want to slice it at position 0 and 4. And it gives me back Java. It gets rid of that. So that's how slice works. I now move to the next one, which is substring. It's similar to substring. It's similar to this slice, but it does not work with negative indices. So this would be just the same as passing here substring. So the only difference you have to remember, it does not work with negative indices. So the other one is, of course, the other most common string method is uppercase. Okay, so we simply change this to uppercase, then we just simply don't need to pass anything. We are taking this string, turning it to uppercase case. So it gives us JavaScript. So this should be the 7th. So again, we can copy this and turn it to lower. And once we comment out this to lower, we can simply change this to lower, and it turns the strings to a lower case. Then something else we need to do, this should be number 8. Then number 9, the 9th method of strings in JavaScript. Suppose you have a space on that string, we can use trim if we have a hot space in between. So once we run it, it's going to remove that white space. So trim is used to remove that white space. On the 10th, but before I look at the 10th, I would like to share with you a simple way to remember these string methods. So suppose you have this string. This is a quick tip. We can simply do something like that. One gives us the type. And it's simply like the type of method gives us the type of an object. If it's a string, it's going to give us a string. Then there's something else we can do. Since a string is iterable, we can do something like object.get prototype of, then we pass this string, then we log this on the console. Wait and see, you see what happens. We are getting the prototype of the string. So once we log that, we get a string here. Then if you open up this string, it gives us all the available methods. So you can simply tap on the prototype of the string to get to see all these available methods. So back to number 10. So I want to grab this string. So we can, on the 10th, we can trim right. If the space is on the right at the beginning here, you can run something like string.trim start and trim end. So that would trim the beginning of that string. So that's our first 10 string methods that you should know. So 13 more to go. From our 10th, we now have seen like we can work with trim start, then the 11th of course was trim end. So this also works, trim end. So that's going to trim the end of this string, so this white space. So that's 11th. This was second, third, fourth, then 5th, 6th substring, then uppercase, lowercase, 9 trim, 10 trim start, 11th trim end. Then we can do something startsWith. There is another method called startsWith. So these will change to startsWith. So this should be 12. So suppose we have we want to find, does this string start with something like, so we will do this start with does it start with JavaScript, which we know is true. Does it start with JavaScript, which is true. So starts with finds if a string starts with a certain kind of string of character. Then the 13th ends with is the opposite of this, so ends with. So the same thing, but now the opposite of it, so this should be ends. Ends, starts ends. So it's going to give us false, but if we change this to cool, it's going to give us true. So that starts with. So then, and ends with. Then the 14th string method should be replace. Replace is used to replace with a substring. So suppose we have this string, JavaScript is cool. So let's do this. Let's replace cool with a different kind of thing. So we're going to change this method here to replace. Then what we need to replace here is we need to make this string.replace. Then we give it what do you want to replace with. The first is what we want to replace. Then the second, we say suppose that's what we want to replace with, and it replaces that word with tough. We pass in the first what we want to replace from this string, then the next. Then the other one is split. Split is the 15th. Split. Split is used to cut the string into an array. So we will do something like we replace this with split, then we give it an empty. Then we would like to split this into different elements. So, and it's going to split it into different elements of an array, as you can see here. So that's what split does. So the string is const. We create a new string. We just call it string. Then we just declare the truth, which is this is the best string tutorial. Then we can just add JavaScript here so that we affirm it that that's the truth. String tutorial. So that's our string. So if we would like to search for the specific things inside this string, then return, use the match. Do match. Then match, we would like to search the patterns of A's. So we do A search, then log. So I guess this would work. Let's see. There is a problem here. Match. Oh, we need to attach the string. But match, it's going to search using that pattern, and it's going to give us back a series of the A's in that string. So suppose we would like to now search this string again. Now this is the 17th method. So this one we will say search. This should be search. If we are searching this string for something like best, suppose we want to search for the word best, we can change this to search, and now we turn this to best, and it's going to give us the results. As you can see, it searches a string with regular expression, then it gives us the position of that particular thing that we are searching in that string. So it searches for best and gives us the position of best. So the next one is of course repeat. 18th should be repeat. If you'd like to repeat a string like this string, we can change this to repeat, then we get rid of this. So this repeat string dot repeat. Then we pass in the number of times, like this is a very important subject that we would like to repeat several times because it's the truth and we are doing affirmation. So let me show you how this is. This is the best JavaScript string tutorial. So if you'd like to repeat it 5 times, and we have it repeated 5 times. So the other method is to string. This is a very important method. Suppose we have an object or a number like let age be equal to 37. If the age is equal to 37, if we log this, it's going to just give us the number. We know that. So we can simply change this to a string. So we can do age dot to string. Once we call that method, it's going to convert 37 to string. Let's get rid of this and save. And as you can see, it converts this to a string. We can do this like we can do a type of to confirm. So let's do at this point type of. Let's find what is the type of age. And at this particular point, it's a number because we are accessing it from out here. But what if we convert it to string? It's converted to string. We need to log to get rid of this. So once we run to string, it's going to be converted to a string. So the other method is the 20th method is includes. These methods, such as if a string includes something, we comment out that, then we change this to includes. String dot includes. Does this string include? Then we pass in what we would like to test. Does it include inside that string? Does it contain the word best? So let's find out. It gives us true. Suppose we find a different word. Does it include Joe? It gives us false. But now if we say by Joe and search, it's going to give us true, because includes is supposed to search a string and give us the outcome if something is included in that string. Suppose we have a string here, which is a number, and this string, we would like to add extra zeros in front of it. So we can do something like, then we call the string dot pad start, then we input the number that we need for the pads, then like we put the elements that we want to pad. Suppose we wanted to precede this number with zeros. Maybe we are displaying this string somewhere. So that's how we do it. Maybe we want to precede it with 2 zeros. We'll do it like that. Then this method, I think I'm getting tired with these methods. So the other one is this 22nd, which this is 21, is pad end. So if we turned this to pad end and then we changed this to 20, let's do 20 zeros, or 20 are, let's do 10. Then we changed this to pad end. So that's the other method. And it's going to add those zeros after the string. So finally, the 23rd method is value of, but this is not the list. So value of gives us the primitive, it returns the primitive value of a specific string. Suppose we create a string this way, string is equal to new. We can create a string using this. Then we just type in something like hello world. If we needed to get the primitive value of, return the primitive value of this, but of the string object, we would use value of. So we can do something like console.log. Then we get the string dot, if we would like to get the value of this string dot value of. Once we log that, we should get the primitive value of that particular string, and we get hello world. So that's it for the 23 JavaScript strings that you need to know. So I hope you found something new in this tutorial, and if you did, kindly consider giving this video a thumbs up. I'll appreciate, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you. I hope by the end of this video, you've learned something new about using string methods in JavaScript. If you did, kindly consider giving this video a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you.